Today is a very auspicious day, Disappearance Day of Srila Narottam Thakur. He's our previous guru in our Guru Parampara. Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhānta Saraswatī Goswami Thakur also told, we are Narottam Parivar, family of Narottam, and today is his disappearance day. So we cannot sing his song Je Anilo Premadham for him, because in last line he said that he's crying because of not getting the association of all those he mentioned. They disappeared, so it is not possible to sing. But we sang this Shri Rupa Manjari Pada song, which Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhānta Saraswatī Thakur also wanted to hear just prior to his disappearance, one day before, from Srila Sridhar Maharaj, because this is the ultimate goal to be attained. Srila Narottam Thakur is eternal associate of Radha Krishna, is a Champak Manjari, directly under Rupa Manjari in Lila, but he appeared in this world to enrich Mahāprabhu's pastimes after him, and he played the pastime of being practitioner to attain perfection. So he also sang this song we sang before recording started. I'm reading only translation now. The lotus feet of Sri Rupa Manjari are my treasure. They are the veritable purpose of my bhajan and worship. Her lotus feet are the wealth of my life. They are the ornament of my life and indeed the very life of my life. Her lotus feet are the treasure house of rasa, the attainment of my desires, and the conclusion of all the Vedas. Her lotus feet are the goal of my vows and austerities, the object of my recitation of mantra, and the purpose of all my religious activities. Now in this line he is praying, when providence becomes favorable, I shall attain Sri Rupa Manjari's lotus feet and behold them with these two eyes. Anukula hobe vidhi, sepa de hoibe siddhi. I will attain perfection at the lotus feet of Rupa Manjari. Nirakibo eduna, directly I will be able to see with my eyes that beautiful lotus feet. The abundant sweet beauty of Sri Rupa Manjari's lotus feet will shine like the moon upon the blue lotus of my heart, causing it to blossom in jubilation both day and night. Your absence from my vision is like a snake that has corroded my body with poison, means destroying. The remaining days of my life will pass in the burning fire of separation. Alas, O Srila Rupa Goswami or Sri Rupa Manjari, be merciful and give me the shade of your lotus feet. There, Narottam is taking shelter. You know, Radharani in Madhurasa is topmost, and she expanded herself into all other gopis, and 8 prominent Sakis. Of them, Lalita Saki is prominent, and her assistants are Manjaris, younger gopis. They are in the service of Radharani. So under Lalita Saki, Rupa Manjari is there. So under Rupa Manjari, there are other Manjaris, they are under her guidance, they are doing service. So one of them is Champak Manjari, and our Guru Parampara, Rupa Nuga. Guru Parampara means attaining that type of seva. Srila Bhaktisiddhānta Thakur, Rupa Nuga Bhakti Da. He gave that Rupa service of Rupa Manjari. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur also is serving Rupa Manjari. Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhānta Thakur, our gurus. So that is there generally, but there are some also exceptions. Like you will find in Jaiva Dharma, they had the same guru, Raghunath Das Babaji, who was a disciple of Raghunath Das Goswami of Radhakund. So they got same mantras, they had same guru, but one was attracted to this type of service, Manjari, another was for Priya Narmasaka. They are also serving in Madhura Jalila of Krishna, but from Krishna's side, as his assistants. There is special group of Sakas. They also have their place in Radhakund, around Shyamakund, like Lalita Vishaka Ghat, all around Radhakund. Around Shyamakund, there are these Priya Narmasakas kunjas there. When they are serving in that lila, they are like in Saki Bhav, in female mood. And they are assisting Krishna in his Madhura Jalila, so the special type. So, Srila Bhaktisiddhānta Thakur, his disciple is Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj. Some call Akinchan Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj. He got that. Priya Narmasaka Bhav. Although disciple of Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhānta Thakur, but he got it by his grace, following of Subal Saka, and he got perfection in that. Then one devotee asked our Gurudev, how is this? Then Gurudev said, because Madhuraja Rasa and Sakya Rasa, they are compatible. Vatsalya Rasa and Madhuraja are not, and Sakya and Dasya, they cannot happen at the same time because of that rasa. In front of Yashoda and Nanda, Krishna is like a small boy, but in front of gopis, he is a hero. So that lila cannot happen at the same time. So Gurudev told in the morning lila, which we are hearing, or it is in evening lila, which we are hearing now during Kartik, when Krishna goes to milk the cows with cowherd boys. There also gopis are there, not in front of Nanda Yashoda, but in cow shed. There Krishna is satisfying the gopis also, and cows and cowherd boys are there, so there is compatibility. And he said, for that reason, Krishna Das Babaji Maharaj is required for that seva. All sevas are required in Lila. There is no, from that standpoint, there is no higher, lower, or like this. All are required. Everyone has their own seva for in Radha Krishna Lila. All are required, and each devotee feels his own seva is the best for him and highest, and Krishna also thinks that he is most satisfied with that devotee in that seva. Only if we look from neutral standpoint, we can see that in Madhurja Rasa there are more qualities than in other rasas, but all are actually required. You cannot make mundane distinctions and putting something down low on mundane this distinction. And the love of Subal Saka, this Priya Narmasaka, who is serving in Kunja Krishna, his love also reaches up to Mahabhav. Almost same as Radharani, that little less, but almost same. So that type of bhav Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj attained. by the grace of Prabhupada. So here, Narottam Thakur is praying, although he is Champak Manjari, he appeared only in this world, and our Gurudev, he wrote his biography. I will not read because it is long, only main points, because there are other requirements of Kartik VRATA also. And we are hearing in more detail during Srila Narottam Thakur's appearance day on Maghi Purnima. One second. And Srila Bhakti Siddhānta Saraswatī Goswami Thakur, he wanted to hear this song, Shri Rupa Manjari Pada, just before this appearance, and also Tuhu Doya Sagara, Taro Yute Prani, Namane Katuva Shikaulyani, which we are singing now during Kartik, to show how important chanting of holy name is in humbleness. By that proper chanting, not to pose that I am perfected in chanting, but with extreme humility and regret, I am unable to have liking to chant. So one who is actually chanting, having contact with that unlimited reality, he's feeling like that. I have no liking to chant, although he is always chanting, but he will feel I have no liking to chant, no liking to serve. Like Uttamadhikari devotee, he will say, he will see all are serving Krishna, whether directly or indirectly. Even demons, they are serving. Indirectly, they are promoting his glory. So all are serving except me. I am unable to serve him. So in that Uttamadhikari bhav, he cannot preach. It is impossible. When he comes to Madhyam, doing the pastime of Madhyam, he can preach, otherwise not. So in that Uttamadhikari bhav, Prabhupada, just before his disappearance, he was saying like this, "Oh Krishna, you are so merciful. You gave so many names and all powers are there and no rules and regulations for chanting. Easily you made yourself available, but it is my misfortune. I have no liking to chant that name." That is in Uttamadhikari bhav. So Narottam Thakur, he was brahmachari whole life. He was on the highest platform of devotional achievement, Champak Manjari in Krishna Lila, assisting Rupa Manjari. He appeared in the village of Keturi. It was on full moon day in the month of Magh, and he was born in a family of big zamindars, like kings. His father was a king, so very rich. But Gurudev told that we should not judge a Vaishnava by the family into which he is born. Vaishnava is always transcendental. And from early childhood, he showed the signs of his future greatness. Everyone was amazed to see his great intelligence and devotional demeanor. He was constantly absorbed in meditation on the wonderful qualities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, and had not an iota, not even little, of interest in the opulence of his father. The Lord and his associates appeared to him in his dreams. it is stated in Bhakti Ratnakar, as tears poured from his eyes, Narottam would offer prayers of surrender to Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita, and the other associates of the Lord. Finally, the Lord and his associates appeared to him in a dream and consoled him with kind words. That time already they all disappeared. He came later. So when Mahāprabhu was going towards Vrindavan, and in Kanair Natashala he turned around and went back to Puri, there he passed that Keturi village, by that Keturi, not inside, but by. Then suddenly he started to call Narottam, Narottam, Narottam. Then all were surprised, who is Narottam? And Nityananda Prabhu, he knows everything, but he asked Mahaprabhu, who you are calling Narottam? Then Mahaprabhu said, now he did not appear, he will appear in the future. And you, Gosai, Nityananda Prabhu, you don't know your own glories. When you were in Puri, you were shedding tears of prema for me. So I collected those tears of prema, and I will keep that prema for Narottam Thakur in river Padma, Padmavati river in that time East Bangladesh, East Bengal, now Bangladesh. Mahaprabhu went and said, I am keeping prema of Nityananda here for Narottam. Then Padmavati river asked, because behind everything conscious being is there, otherwise it cannot be maintained. As long as Atma is in the body, body will exist. So behind everything there is conscious principle. This is Gurudev told Vedic teaching, Vedic realization, that matter is never independent. Always there is conscious being behind, like Prithvi Devi, Mother Earth, this Devi, Ganga Devi, also here Padmavati. So Padmavati, one who is on that level of realization, he can see this. And all demigods, everything has a presiding deity. So Padmavati asked, okay, but how I will recognize who is Narottam? Then Mahaprabhu said, when he will take bath in you, your river, that water will overflow due to ecstasy. It will go over. So when Narottam Thakur appeared, then he got a dream of Nityananda Prabhu. And he said, don't be distressed. Mahaprabhu kept prema for you. You go there to Padma river. Then he took bath and the river overflowed. Then Padmavati understood he's Narottam. Then she gave him that prema. After getting that prema, Narottam Thakur became mad in love of Godhead. Our Gurudev on Nityananda Trayodashi also, he explained this as the glory of Nityananda. Because Nityananda is the original Guru. From him we get. So he got all the ecstasies of prema and everything about him changed. His parents noticed the transformation and did everything they could to bring him back to his normal state, but failed. Having drunk the wine of divine ecstasy, Narottam had become intoxicated, and the bonds of family life could no longer hold him back. He was thinking, how I can escape here. So finally one day when his father and uncle were away on official business, he practiced some deception on his mother and tricked his bodyguard so that he could leave his family for Vrindavan. This event took place on Kartik Purnima. He appeared on Purnima, Maghi Purnima, and renounced household life on Purnima, Kartik Purnima, and another Purnima will come in his life. So he was running towards Vrindavan, not eating, not sleeping, not drinking, only going and calling Krishna. Although he was a son of a king, but he did not take any money or any food, nothing. Only he was running towards Vrindavan. And because of fatigue, he fell down and could not move. Then Mahāprabhu came. Mahāprabhu already disappeared before, many years before. But now he came in the form of Brahmin and gave him milk. But Narottam Thakur was unable to drink. So then also Rup and Sanatana Goswamis, they also appeared there. They also already disappeared before, many years. So how this is possible? Because they are eternal beings. They can do whatever they like. Guru is not ordinary human being. They are eternal. So they can appear if necessary. So they touched him and they made him drink that. They put that milk in his mouth, and by that he gained strength, and then he went further to Vrindavan. Then when he came to Vrindavan, he took grace of Rup Sanatan, their samadhis, and also he met other devotees who were still living at that time. Jiva Goswami, Lokanath Goswami, Bhugarbha Goswami, others there. He got their grace, and he, among all devotees, he was attracted to Lokanath Goswami. Lokanath Goswami is direct disciple of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He sent him to Vrindavan. He was the first to come. So Narottam Thakur decided, I will take mantra from him. I will become his disciple. I am accepting him as Guru. But Lokanath Goswami was in the mood of Bhajananandi. He was not interested in taking any disciples and doing that kind of seva. So he vowed, I will never take any disciple. That was his promise, vow. But Narottam Thakur's promise was, I will take from Lokanath only. He requested him many times, but Lokanath refused him. Then Narottam Thakur, during night time, he went to the place where Lokanath Goswami used to do bodily evacuation in the morning on the field. So night time he went to that place and was cleaning that place to make it nice for next day, and kept some clean earth there and everything with broom. And Lokanath Goswami noticed someone is doing this. And every day it was done. So one day Lokanath Goswami thought, I have to know who is doing this. So he hid himself there in the forest, and he was chanting Harinam silently and waiting. So at midnight, Narottam Thakur came and was cleaning. Then Lokanath Goswami asked, because there is night, no electricity in Vrindavan that time, not anywhere. So he asked, who are you? Why you are doing this? Then Narottam said, it is I, Narottam. Then he, why you are doing this? You are son of a king. Why this is not your job? Why you are doing this? You should not do this. Then Narottam said, I'm doing this to get your grace. So then Lokanath Goswami's heart melted, and he gave mantra to him. He was his only disciple, only one. And our Gurudev told similarly happened with Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswatī Thakur. Bhaktivinoda Thakur ordered Prabhupada to take Diksha from Gorkishore Das Babaji, and Prabhupada approached, but Gorkishore Das Babaji same had no desire to take any disciples because his seva is different. So he refused him many times, but Prabhupada again and again approached him. Then finally Gorkishore Das Babaji said, okay, I will ask Mahāprabhu. If he will give permission, then okay. Then I also brought one devotee to our Gurudev for initiation. Then Gurudev said, it depends on Mahāprabhu. Then she got. But Gurudev said same thing. It depends on Mahāprabhu. Then, next time, Prabhupada came and asked Gorkishore Das Babaji if he asked Mahāprabhu, and Gorkishore Das, oh, I forgot. Means like no importance for him, Prabhupada. So, our Gurudev told the conditioned soul with false ego, he will become insulted. And he will say, oh, there are so many gurus. I can go anywhere and I can get mantra. Why I will here? Because that is for some other purpose. But Prabhupada showed that, like Narottam Thakur showed, that through surrender, through service, one can get the grace of real Mahatma. Those who are not real Mahatmas, they will grab disciples for their own purpose. Prabhupada told, so many people were interested in me because I had good character, I had good knowledge, so they were all trying to get me into their fold, to make me their disciple, to improve their, to benefit their society. But Bhaktivinoda, one wanted there in Navadip also, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur told him, don't fall into that trap. But when Prabhupada approached Gorkishore Das Babaji, Gorkishore Das Babaji showed no interest in him. And Prabhupada said, of course, this is Lila, said, I was shocked how he is not giving any importance to me. Others are very much eager to get me, but he's... So that was teaching for me. And he was rejecting. And also now, I asked Mahāprabhu what he did. I forgot to ask him. But again Prabhupada came, and Gorkishore Das Babaji said, yes, I asked Mahāprabhu. Mahāprabhu said, I should not give you mantra. To such a proud person as you, I should not give mantra. Mantra cannot come to proud person. You are thinking, I have moral character, I have knowledge, I have all. How proud person can? Then Prabhupada became pale and very sorry and surrendered, did not argue back. That is the sign of surrender and humility. Then Gorkishore Das Babaji Maharaj put dust from his lotus feet on the head of Prabhupada and smeared him there, and he said, if someone wanted to take dust from the lotus feet of Gorkishore Das Babaji, he would never allow. If someone tried to forcefully, Gorkishore Das Babaji would curse, you will lose everything. He's very strict about this. But now he himself took that dust and put on the head of Prabhupada and all over the body, and he told him, you are the only one person who can preach Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's message all over the world. Why? The Gorkishore Das Babaji Maharaj said, what is the explanation? Because Prabhupada is humbler than the blade of grass. Following Mahaprabhu's teaching, who can preach Mahaprabhu's teaching if he himself is not established in that teaching? So he showed complete surrender to Mahaprabhu, complete surrender to Guru. So one who can do this, he can inspire this in others. So similarly here, Lokanath Goswami had only one disciple, Narottam Thakur. And through him, he preached massively. Like Gorkeshwar Das Babaji Maharaj had only one disciple, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and he preached massively. And Prabhupada also told, in the speck of dust from the lotus feet of my Gurudev, absolute knowledge is there. On the strength of that one particle of dust of my Gurudev's lotus feet, I have a knockout punch for all philosophies of this world. Knockout punch. Gorkeshwar Das Babaji was illiterate. He could not write his own name. But Prabhupada told, in the dust, one particle of dust of my Gurudev's lotus feet, he got it directly on head. His absolute knowledge is there. On that strength, I have a knockout punch for all philosophies of this world. All opposed to service of Krishna. And he showed. So, and also Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhānta Thakur, he gave proper rules for those to follow for service of Krishna. He said no drinking of tea, even that real tea, green tea, black tea, that is prohibited. So many, they wanted to take initiation from Prabhupada, but not willing to give up tea. He did not give. Also our Param Gurudev not, our Gurudev also not. So I heard recently from one Vaishnava that there are gurus, they will allow everything you do, just for the sake of more and more disciples. They themselves are not Goswamis, means they have no control over senses. But Prabhupada is a real Goswami, one who has control over senses, being fully engaged in the service of Krishna. So what is the use of so many people? One person who will accept the teaching of Mahāprabhu, through him, so many will be benefited. And he gave example of Swami Maharaj. He gave up tea, or maybe even he was not drinking before, and he wanted his wife to be initiated, but she was not willing to give up tea. Even she said, I can reject you, for I prefer tea, I can reject you. So, but this one disciple who accepted the teaching of Bhaktisiddhānta Thakur, whole world was benefited. Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Swami Maharaj. So everyone has their own service. We see Lokanath Goswami, one disciple, Gorkeshwar Das Babaji, one disciple, and we are thinking, oh, they are useless, because we think greatness is seen by the number of disciples. That is not correct. The point is how much one is dedicated for the service of Krishna, and he is doing what Krishna wants from him. And from some he wants, like from Narottam Thakur, he made disciple whole Manipur, whole country there in India. So many disciples. But he's worshipping his Guru. So this is not externally, we should not judge. The greatness is based on someone's devotion in heart, how much he's following, what Krishna wants from him. Or he opened so many temples, he did not open one temple, so he's useless. That is not correct. So Narottam Thakur then studied all the scriptures together with Shyamananda Prabhu and Srinivasacharya at the Jiva Goswami's lotus feet, all Shastra. Then Lokanath Goswami ordered Narottam Thakur to go to his own hometown to preach, and Jiva Goswami also gave all the books to all three of them. He gave him this title, Thakur. This is object of worship, or deity. Thakur means worshipable. So they went, and on the way, those books were stolen by King Bir. Then Srinivasacharya got them back, and Narottam Thakur already went further, and he established in that Keturi Gram 6 set of deities. Gauranga, Ballabhikanta, Shri Krishna, Braja Mohan, Radharaman, Herade, Radhakanta Namostute. These all deities he installed. There was a great festival. Srinivasacharya was main priest, and all associates of Mahaprabhu who were still living, they came. Jannava Boshuda, Obiram Thakur, Narahari Sarkar Thakur. No, he visited those places. Yes. He visited those places and he met, these associates. Yes, most of the associates of Mahaprabhu at that time and other leaders of the Sampradaya came to Keturi. And then they are mentioned here. Srinivasacharya was first Pujari. He installed the deities. Janava Mata did the cooking, Nityananda's wife. And Narottam Thakur did Kirtan, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda appeared there in his Kirtan. Everyone saw. They also came. So then he was preaching in that area and also in Manipur, and he delivered so many fallen souls, and he also converted many Brahmins, Smarta Brahmins. So there was some opposition from Smarta Brahmins. How? The Narottam Thakur is like a Shudra. He's making Brahmins disciples, so they wanted to argue. But disciples of Narottam Thakur defeated all those. Not even they could not even come to Narottam Thakur. His disciples, they refuted all that. And also one Kali worshipper, he made him understand that is in Tamogun, you should not do that violence to living entities. You worship Krishna. And he was converted, and he wrote 2 song books, Prarthana and Prema Bhakti Chandrika. We were reading something. We will read again on Narottam Thakur's appearance day. We are singing all songs in our Gauriya Mat, songs of Narottam Thakur. Kirupe Paivo Seva Mui Durachara. Ebara Karuna Kora Vaishnava Sai. Gaur, I forgot that. So many songs. Shri Rupa Manjari Pada and Shri Guru Charana Padma. I forgot that song. Yes. Gaurango bolite hove pulaka sharir. Hari Hari bolite nayane bavenir. And Radha Krishna Pranamor Jugala Kishore. So many songs. We are singing. And Jayanilo Prema Don Shri Rupa Manjari Pada. And Bhishana Chakra Thakur also wrote Narottam Ashtaka, describing his glories. And Srila Narottam Das Thakur performed the pastimes of disappearance on the Krishna Panchami in the month of Kartik, means today. And before I mentioned Purnimas, he appeared on Maghi Purnima. He renounced house on Kartik Purnima, and he got Diksha, Mantra Diksha on that in Shravan month, that Purnima, he got Diksha. So today he disappeared from this world. You will find his Samadhi Mandir in Vrindavan, Radha Gokulananda temple, along with Lokanath Goswami. So I'm bowing down to his lotus feet and praying for his causeless mercy. Every day we are praying for his mercy in our Jayadvani and also in Guru Parampara song. Every day he's our Gurudev. And we are reading during Kartik VRATA Śīkṣāṣṭaka. We started verse 3 by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Now, the word amanina indicates the third characteristic of being devoid of false pride. This pride stems from the power of yoga, the power of sense enjoyment, wealth, beauty, high birth, strength, fame, eligibility, etc. in relation to both the gross and subtle body of the bound jiva. This is all false because it opposes the intrinsic nature of the jiva, real nature of jiva. These are covers. Being devoid of pride means being devoid of such false pride. I'm rich, I'm beautiful, all this. That is false ego. Even if there is cause for such pride, one should be free of false pride and decorated with the quality of tolerance. One should always engage in Harinam Kirtan. We are hearing this. Uttam hoya apanake manetrina dham. Although he is most exalted, but he thinks himself more humble than a blade of grass. Or someone may be very rich, like Ambarish Maharaj. He's legal owner of whole world. So there is a cause of being proud, but he's not proud. He knows this is temporary. And all this belongs to Krishna. So he had no personal attachment. This is mine. No. And he thought it as insignificant. Why? Because he is established in his real self. A devotee should focus his consciousness upon Krishna and perform Krishna Nam Kirtan while remaining at home without the false ego of being a Brahmana, or while residing in the forest without the false ego of possessing the symbols of a renunciate. Not be proud. Today I heard from Gurudev saying that from Parang Gurudev he heard. One time, one young man, he joined the mat sincerely and was doing bhajan. So after some days, his father came to the mat and went to Srila Bhakti Siddhānta Saraswatī Thakur and told him, "You give back my son to me. You release him. It is, if he will not be at home, then I will be in difficulty. It is the duty of son to serve the parents. What is the use of this bhajan? There's no use. You give him back. You leave him. You release him." Then Prabhupada said, "It is true, I'm not a sadhu. I'm only wearing a dress of a sadhu, like sannyasi." So here he showed no false pride. I'm a sannyasi. He said, "I'm not a sadhu. I'm only wearing a dress of a sadhu. But how you think I can be so cruel, ferocious?" Gurudev used this word, cruel and ferocious. How I can be so cruel and ferocious? he, after so many births, labda sudurlabham vidam bahu sambhavante, so many lakhs of births in other species, finally he came to do bhajan of Krishna, and now I should say to him, you go back to home. You give up bhajan. How I can be so cruel? It is true I'm not sadhu, but I cannot be so cruel, so ferocious to tell him this. So Prabhupada is really established in bhajan. He knows what is the value of bhajan. We served our parents so many lives, but our life is not meant for that. Our life is meant for the service of Krishna. If in relation to Krishna, service of Krishna, we serve parents in that relation, that is okay. But not in the sense like this man wanted, he should give up bhajan and do that. No. How you expect me to be so ferocious, cruel? Then, so one should not have false ego of being a Brahmana or any Varna ashram that while in home, or false ego of possessing the symbols of a renunciant. The word manada refers to showing respect to all accordingly and is the fourth characteristic. Knowing that all jivas are Krishna das, he does not envy anyone or seek revenge. He satisfies all by his sweet words and activities which are beneficial to the world. He respects all with humility, the Brahmanas, etc., who has achieved some qualification in this world, and Brahma, Rudra, etc. in higher planets, praying to all of them for Hari Bhakti. He serves those who are pure devotees in all respects. So that vision he has, all are Krishna das, so he's duly respecting everyone and praying for their grace also. Engaging in Krishna Nam Kirtan, embellished with these four attributes, is the means to attain the highest objective of human life. This is prescribed by Śrīman, Mahāprabhu. Here ends the commentary to third verse by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. I remembered one time I was a bit disturbed with the behavior of one devotee. So I asked Gurudev how I should duly respect all. But inside I was disturbed because of feeling like neglected, wanted to get respect. And so I asked Gurudev, then Gurudev told me, you have to practice this verse, tolerance, all this you have to practice. And he said, then I said that it's impossible. How I can practice? I'm not on that level. Then Guru said, no, you have to practice. If you will not practice, he did not agree to my ideas. He said, if you will not practice this, it is the teaching of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I will write to you. And later on, he really wrote to me the third verse of Śikṣāṣṭakam. It is from Mahaprabhu. It is coming from his lotus mouth. He is the Redeemer of fallen souls and original Supreme Personality of Godhead, Radha Krishna combined. It is from his mouth. So you have to practice what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave instruction. And he told, if you will not practice this, then you cannot attain the highest objective, Krishna Prema. Means you cannot avoid this. I remember it now because here Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, Engaging in Krishna Nam Kirtan embellished with these 4 attributes is the means to attain the highest objective of human life. That time Gurudev also used this word, objective. He said, if you will not practice, he was very strong, if you will not practice this, then you cannot attain the highest objective. And he made me understand all this. So tomorrow we will hear about Srila Jajavar Gosai Maharaj and also the 3rd verse explanation by Srila Bhakti Sansara Thakur.